G'day folks, in this video I'm going to show you how to solve this Dayan Gem version 4. This is the puzzle where these hexagonal faces turn, and it's deep cut, so we actually also have turnage of the inner slice type faces as well. Not faces but parts. So going to begin by getting the centers into their correct position. This is super quick. What we need to do this now, otherwise we're going to be very unhappy campers near the end of the solve. And so I need to remember that the white and the yellow are opposite. So the white and the yellow centers are not opposite here, so I'm just going to turn, what we're going to do, turn that down there. So now the white's on the top, yellow's on the bottom. The other thing is that the green and blue are opposite, and you can see they're not at the moment, so I'll now turn them across. Green and blues are opposite. That should make the orange and reds opposite, and the last two, the grey and the pink, are also opposite. So that is an essential first step. Now what we're going to do is position the triangles, and what I'm calling triangles are these little pieces on their own, not these ones, because these are sort of part of an edge. So these little triangles here, and we can see that white triangle is correctly attached to the white centre. I want to find some other white triangles, and so there's one up on this face. So if I turn that pink triangle up onto the face where the white triangle is, in fact that's not a white triangle, that's part of an edge. Let's find another one. There's a white triangle. Okay, so let's have a think. If we can grab that one, and there's another one here, so that's even better. So I'll turn that up onto this face, grab that white triangle and put it on, and then turn it back. You can see I had that one, I've now got that one. Got to do the same thing here. And so what we want to do, because the third white triangle is on this blue face, I would need to turn its position around in readiness for it. So I'm going to turn the white triangle off, turn its position up, turn it back on, and bring it back. And what that does is keeps all the centers in their correct positions relative to each other. And I've just placed 3 triangles there. Now you'll find that the centers are in orbits. In other words, white, blue, pink and red, all of those centers are on those faces, and then there's another set of orbits of orange, yellow, green and grey. So you go about, you've done the whites, you might go about doing the blues. It's exactly the same thing. I'm going to skip through that until the last couple and cut back in. Okay, so just got one last grey and orange to deal with, so I'll turn that orange position up to that grey face, turn the orange piece on and bring it back. And if you look at now, it's a little bit hard to see on this because of the other colours of the other sort of little edge pieces, but all of these faces now have 3 triangles around their centres. And so that's the triangle phase complete. The next stage of the solve is by far the longest, it's the most involved, and what it is reducing edges. So effectively what we want to do is create this piece with these two with that piece, make all of them the same, get a complete reduced edge. Now I'm going to take this green, white, orange, and what you're looking for, you'll notice that on these corner pieces there's one sticker which is a square and the other 2 stickers are actually rhombi. And so we're looking at the rhombi. We've got a green white here with a green, that's good. I need to get a green white with a white so that I can match them up. So I'm firstly going to search for a green white. There it is, and that actually already has a white. So now that I've found that, I want to position it on a face down here so that it can be turned up to match. And you can see I'll turn that up to match and I've made it. I've also put the centers out of position, so I want to deal with this. I want to take this newly reduced edge off onto another face. So I'm going to turn that off, replace it with something that has not yet been done, and then undo those moves, and then turn back the centers. Very important to turn back those centers so that the triangles stay attached and the centers stay where they should be. And you can see that has just made one of those edges. There's 12 of them to do. I'm going to do one more and say what happens if you don't have the second piece ready. So we've got here a red yellow with a red, so I'm looking for a red yellow with a yellow. It's not either of them. There it is, there's the red yellow. It doesn't have a yellow, so I need to attach a little yellow piece there before I start. So I'm going to say, where is that yellow piece? Well, there's a couple here, so let's bring that down to attach it to there. Again, turn it off onto another face and replace it perhaps with that piece over there. So I've actually only made half a reduced edge here, but that's what you have to do. Bring those back, put the centers back. Now I've got a red yellow with a yellow. Where was that other red yellow? There it is, red yellow with red. And I'm now, that's actually in position to turn up to there. And I can go and replace it with something like that. Here we go. And now just check for your centers. Looks like I've got to turn this one back there. That's better. And there's the red-yellow edge reduced. 2 down, 10 to go. That's all you do. I'm going to keep working through until the last 3. That's where things get a little bit more interesting. Alright, well we're down to the last 1, 2, 3 of those edges to reduce. Now when you get down to the last 3, you want to make your third last in the same way. So you want to check to see if you've got 2 halves already. So for example, pink-green, that's got a pink or a green. Where's the other pink-green? No, that doesn't. What about blue-grey? That's got both of them. The other blue-grey doesn't. What about blue-yellow? That's got a blue and that's got a yellow. So we can match up those two and we'll have to use this piece as our third piece. So let's first of all just put that third piece off there and get these other ones into position. So that blue-yellow has a blue. It'll have to go with this yellow piece. So we probably want it over on this face to start with, and that's now lined up. And just checking where our third piece is, let's actually make sure that it's well off onto the other side. Put it over there. We don't normally need to do this because we've got a number of pieces that are available, but for this last little stage we will. And okay, now we can bring that edge together. We're going to replace it with this one. That's our third piece there. And as per usual, putting back our centers and triangles. Alright, let's have a look. There's the yellow and blue piece we just made. Let's see what's left. This and this. Let's bring them a bit closer. Now you can see that each of these last 2 edges has one correct piece there, so the grey piece and the green piece, and the other is incorrect, not correct. So the blue and the pink need to swap. Now if this is one scenario, the other scenario is having the last 3 edges go perfectly together and they'll solve, and that's easy, that's nice. This is the harder situation. So if you come across this where you've just got a swap of 2 little triangular pieces there, what you need to do is basically go ahead and place these edges. So I'm going to do that now, and the main reason for that is it makes it much easier to see what's going on at the end. So this is really the kind of the last stage. I'm going to go and place the edges, so the white orange going there, the white grey goes up into that position. Here we've got the white green. So just as if I'm solving the puzzle. And now these middle layer pieces, there's the red grey there. Got a green pink, so I'm going by the colours of the corners. So that green pink goes down there. The red green goes onto that position. So this is pretty quick. Got an orange pink over here, so I'm obviously looking for all the non-yellow pieces initially. That's in. Got the blue-grey over here, so we'll just go ahead and place that one. Now all of those are in. Let's turn the yellow face to get those complete. And you can see that it's nearly done, and it's very, very tantalisingly close. And we've got this little piece here and that little piece there. And the way that I've found to get around this is to do a pure cycle of 3 of these little pieces. Let's have a look at what's going on a solved puzzle now. Well, on this solved puzzle, let's firstly carry out an edge piece series involving inner slices only. So instead of turning just this left hexagonal face, I'm going to turn just that inner left, and then I'm going to turn the inner right, so doing an up, up, and now a down, down. So instead of turning that inner left, I'll bring it back. Do the same with the right. So I've just done an up, up, down, down with inner slices. Now what I'm going to do is grab this left face and give it one turn. And having done that, I'll undo my up, up, down, down. So instead of going up with the left first, I'm going to go up with the right first. There's the up, up. Here's the down, down. And then the last step, remember I turned the left face clockwise, so I'm going to turn the left face anti-clockwise. That looks pretty solved. Still, in fact, there's only 3 pieces that have moved around. This piece, clearly, there's a piece on the back here, and the third piece is actually this one here. So what's happened is that the pieces have cycled from here down to here. You can see the yellow that was there has travelled down to here. That orange piece has gone to there, and this orange piece has come to there. And that is how we can finish off the last of these pesky pieces. Okay, well, with that in mind, what we know is that we've got 3 pieces being cycled. That little piece there goes to there, this little piece goes to there, and this one comes here. Now this is really nicely set up, so all we need to do is turn that around so that this blue piece is ready to cycle to there. This blue piece will go down to the bottom, and the pink will come back and solve there. So this is what I'm calling my up face. This is my back face here, and it looks a bit messy, but that's a pretty easy setup move to undo. So now what we need to do is carry out that sequence. So you remember that the sequence was an up, up, down, down using just the inner slices. There's the up, up, down, and you just had a piece drop out there. So I'm just going to hold this steady, put this little piece back in the middle of this algorithm. Okay, that's gone back in. What an annoying thing. Now, I've done the up, up, down, down with those inner slices. Now what I need to do is turn this left face, one turn clockwise like that, and then undo my up, up, downs, down, down. So this time I'm turning the right inner slice first, and the left inner slice, and the down, down, like that. And then I did turn the left face clockwise, so I now need to turn that left face anti-clockwise. And you remember we had a setup of this face right at the beginning, so I'm going to turn that back into its position, and we did have a piece out here and one out here. You can see that they have been dealt with and have been cycled as we knew they would. And so that is the hardest case that you'll get with this puzzle. As I said, if you didn't have that case, what you would have had is the last 3 edges just going together really nicely, and then you would have just placed them as we did, very quick, and that's done. So there it is, the Dayan Gem 4 is solved.